I am all ears. The Ghost Fancast.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of I Am All Ears with me, Alva. Today I'm joined by my lovely squad as per Katie and Alana. Bonjour.
Hello.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Right, it's coming up to, actually by the time this comes out, Naomi, it will have been a year since the release of SKELETÁ. Now, I wanted to go back on this because this is kind of the first album release for me as a Ghost fan where I was kind of there for when it happened, because Prickell, I was it just literally, I think Prickell had dropped a few days and I kind of listened to bits and I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. And then Imperial was already out, but like back then it was just very, very casual. So this is like the first one since like becoming whipped, gagged, and fucking part of the cult for life. Where I've got high expectations and feelings on the line, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to. I think that was pretty much the same for all of us, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was definitely like I remember I was kind of, like I said, like casual for Call Me Little Sunshine and all dropped just before the album dropped, but yeah, this is the first one with like actual investment in it.
Yeah, I literally started listening to Ghost the week before Impera dropped. Like, I went to the pre-Impera tour. Shout out to Badger for getting me that ticket, because my life has been changed. Yeah, so like I was there technically for the Impera drop, but like only just barely by a week. So
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of wanted to go through this again, and especially because for those who don't know, I run a music publication and I got to review the album a little bit early. So my initial reactions were like one thing, and then when it came out like officially, I obviously listened to it like, you know, a little bit more like in the car and like, you know, just with like proper headphones, or like just like as I'm going about my life. And literally I think in the episode we did, I already said within those like first few days, like, please disregard what I said in my review because I feel like I've changed so much. But I want to see, because I think I still held maybe some opinions from it, and I want to see now if I hold any opinions on it, because I think I was a little bit harsh to begin with. And we can all just go through and discuss how we feel, especially now we've had a bit more experience with like either seeing it live, and you know, like a lot more sentiment involved. So and we've had like, you know, music videos that accompany. Me and Peacefield are married.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's pull it up. Lost in the Pit. Shameless plug right there. Album review, SKELETÁ. Okay, yeah, so let's go through track by track. For Peacefield, I basically wrote, Peacefield is here to take us on a journey of hope, that nothing bad lasts forever or is permanent. We all need something to believe in until it's over. Anything, anyone, anytime. I will say, however, I heard this live before I heard the record version, and I feel that the studio rendition is missing some of the synths that the live show provides that fill the song out a little bit more and scratches an itch in your brain. I agree, past Alva. Agree to this day. Where are the synths? Where is she? It does not scratch.
Yeah, it's weird that he doesn't have any synths on it when they're so like, well, say visible as music, but you know what I mean, like, so, you know, there when you hear it live, like they're just so prominent in it, and like hearing it live definitely kind of changes your view of it when you hear it on the record, because like I can still see the light coming through the curtains and smoke and the smell, you know. It's just like every time I listen to it, and then I'm just like transported back to Manchester, and it makes me cry every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely needs the synths. That's why I'm kind of excited for the live version on the concert movie. Hopefully we get a live album of that, so we get the live version.
Oh, if not, I'm ripping the DVD. I don't care.
Yeah, in all its glory.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Missing the synths.
but it's still an amazing song. Like, the more you listen to it and the more time has passed, the better it got as well, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you feel, Katie? Because obviously you, I guess, didn't hear it until after the record came out.
Yeah.
Or did
no,
you?
I
Or did you hear a little sneaky bootleg as well?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I was very like, no, I'm waiting for the album. I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna do it. So I waited very with high anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first heard it the very first time, I was kind of like, oh, like it. Not that it was a bad song, but like, mm, just there was just something not as good as it could have been, I guess, about it.
No
But
sense.
I'm frowning right now.
but since hearing it live, and like I definitely love it now. Like there's no there's no denying it. Like it's a really good song. It's one of my favorites on the album.
I will say, I do think it is A, one of the best songs he's ever written, if not the best. B, I think it's my favorite ghost song of all time. Still, I think I said this pretty quick after, because you know me, I always joked about Griffwood and blah blah blah. How Griffwood was my song. Dead, gone, dead to me. Don't know her. Me and Peacefield now. She shows up every time. She delivers. She's there. She's got synth, at least live, but you know, she's got her flaws on the album, but she's there. Perfect. She never lets me down at a ritual. So unlike Griefwood. So yeah, love her.
Never shows up ever.
Moisturizes.
I also think that it's probably the best opening outside of the song from Eyes Wide Shut. I think it's the best opening Ghost has had for a tour, because it's just such like the visuals of it, I'm so mad that, I know we'll probably talk about this later, but I'm so mad this tour ended so early, because visually it's probably the best tour I think he's ever done. Like those the light, I keep thinking of talking about, but the light beams coming through the curtain on all the smoke and hearing the voice of the kid, like, and then like the smell of the smoke, and then you see the little screens up the side where you see him singing, which I didn't notice the first time because I was too busy going, oh my god, at the curtain. But like he's standing aside singing, and the fact as well that the curtain doesn't drop until like
partway through the song.
Yeah, like about a minute into this, like or so into the song, which is a very long time to keep the curtain up. But you don't feel it when you're at the show, because you're just so like in like it's just immediately kind of like pulls you into the atmosphere for the show, you know. And you're just I'm sold. Whatever adventure you want to take me on, Tobias Forge, I'm off with you. Let's go. You know, like
100%. Like the atmosphere, the visuals, the smoke, it changes it 100%. Like it's like let's go.
And also the video was really cool.
Oh yeah.
The live video was really cool because that was all Manchester footage, which was really nice. Because I was like, I SpongeBobbed. Yeah, I SpongeBobbed. Like I was like, there I am, right there. And you see my little white head, like there I am.
I really fucking love that music video because it's like filmed in a certain way. Okay, I can't remember if we'd already discussed this previously, so I bet please bear with us if we are repeating ourselves. But
we're old.
There's just something about not only Peacefield, but a lot of 80s music videos that are filmed on film, but somehow they have a higher frame rate than most like current music videos. So like they're grainy, but they're super like smooth flowing. And there's a particular bit in the Peacefield video. It's on one of the lines where it's like the darkest of seasons, and it kind of cuts to it switching to color and like some explosions going off, and it's so smooth. And I'm like, oh, sexy.
I always think of that shot when in the music video when he says, "Stay close to me," and he kind of turns his head to the side. And I always think about that when I hear it, listening to it.
Yeah.
And then the random nun movie that's in there, which is an Audrey Hepburn movie, I found out.
Was it?
Yeah, the bits where the nuns like lying on the floor and stuff. That's from an Audrey
Yeah.
Hepburn movie. I'm not entirely sure what the kid footage is from. I couldn't really find
Probably-
anything about that, but I know that part of that is an Audrey Hepburn movie.
It's the guy that kind of looks like Bela Lugosi, but not but as a monk. Like, is that part of the same movie, or was that a different one?
For Satanized?
No, in Peacefield, he's got like black hair, and he's in like a robe, and he's kind of slumped up against a wall.
Oh no, that's actually a Caligula movie. Weirdly,
Oh, okay.
that's a movie about Caligula. I was like, what are you doing in here?
So basically, he's like just jammed a bunch of like weird ass stock footage and movies in there.
Yeah. Well, the Audrey Hepburn one, I cannot, because I think he was talking about the video where he said it's supposed to be about the fact that young women are sometimes are put into these churches and things, like kind of not against their will, but like very young, so they don't really understand that a lot of their life choices are being taken from them. So, and I think that's the whole point of that, because that's why it's showing them as kids in the convent. And then to Audrey Hepburn's character, who's older in her movie. But the Caligula bit's really weird, because Caligula, I think he murdered his father. He basically was like a prophecy for him that he'd murder his father. And he did for this woman, and then he found out the woman was his mother, and then that bit at the end is him finding that out and crying. I was like, why are you putting what? Huh? So I never really figured it out, but cool movie anyway. It's cool shots, so sure.
Anything else on Peacefield?
I love it.
Love it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Best. If there was only one song on this album, like literally you just got like a disc and it just has this on, I think I'd be satisfied.
I'd make that argument for the next song, for me, to be honest.
Actually, yeah, just these two, maybe. Okay, so
yeah, the first two songs.
Lacrima, I said. Lacrima is a cathartic album for those who have had their hearts broken. Tobias said that he wanted this album to be like therapy, and I think he's done it. Side note, I wrote that, so it's like as if it's like therapy, as if he's gone to therapy, and we've recently learned that he has actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the review. From the ABBA-esque intro to the Thin Lizzy dual guitar solo, this track is possibly one of Ghost's best. It provides the best of both worlds with heavy, chuggy riffs in the verses and one of the most catchy choruses of their career. Yeah, I stand by that. Still 100%. One of the best songs he's ever written. It's also one of his favorite. Like he said, it's one of his favorites, isn't it?
Yeah, he said like if the rest of the album sucks, at least I've got Lacrima. But I 100% agree with him. I think it's one of the best songs. He sounds, in my opinion, the best on that he's ever sounded.
Yeah.
It just sounds the most like if you were gonna like pick a song that was like this is Tobias Forge, I would pick like Lacrima at this point because it's just his kind of like kind of signature. Like his voice is a wee bit nasally and always has been, obviously because of his nose, because he obviously got hit and he broke his nose and all that there.
Because so he could not stop yapping off at people.
No, that man got into a fist fight and then he got a music career out of it, so it worked out well for him. But yeah, it has that kind of signature kind of sound that he has, one where everybody's like, if Ghost wrote this song, they just kind of make a slightly doom rocky sound of song and just have it try to sound like Tobias, and I think that it's like this is a kind of like benchmark for that now. And also the music video again.
Oh, I could talk about that music video for hours, and I feel like we already have, but still,
we will continue to talk about it for
hours.
I
will talk about it again.
Yep.
I still remember it again, and you will listen. God damn it!
Yeah. Remember being awake at like 5 in the morning waiting for that video to come out. I was delirious. The second that little blurry face appeared and that screen, I went ah!
I think I said this last time. Did your ears also switch off because you were just your eyes were just so overstimulated?
100%.
I had to go back like 6 times to rewatch it to take everything in, and then finally listen to the song properly without any visuals distracting me.
It's so good. It's like this. I guess like just being able to see him sing, which is a funny thing to say about a band. You know, like finally to see him sing. It's like, well, I mean, but they're finally seeing him like sing and seeing all his little facial expressions and like seeing the way he breathes, which was is such a weird thing to say, but like the way he kind of puts his mouth when he breathes when he sings is just something that this entire era has given me that I think about.
Yeah, like the
too
whole little
much.
pouty thing of like him sucking air in.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
obviously it's had
Obsessed.
very small space to kind of do that for us. We had to kind of learn how. Like, it's really interesting to watch what he's had to do, like to
Yeah.
kind of sing. You know, and
Yeah, he's
again,
had
it's one of the
to-
few songs as well. When I hear it, I hear the live version of it. If that makes sense, you know.
Yeah. It's the typical song, I think, that where he's always joked about like Ghost put the ABBA in Black Sabbath. I feel like it's one of those, although I always find it's a bit closer to like Def Leppard's Hysteria era of sound, which I am all for.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite Def Leppard album is Hysteria.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah, yeah, it's got it. I cannot say how much I love Lacrima because I love it so much. It's just like there are no words. Words have not been invented yet.
I think I said this but kind of about Peaceful and Lacrima, to be fair. Mostly about Peaceful, but I think Lacrima counts pretty heavily in this statement. Like, I don't know if you feel the same way. Is there ever like a song when it comes out after you've been a fan for years and you're like, how have I been a fan for this long without this song existing?
Yep.
Like, I'm like, how have I actually been a Ghost fan without this? Like, what was I before this?
Yeah. It's also another good song. It's another good song to kind of add to the list of if you're trying to get somebody into Ghost. I think it'd be another good song to add to that. You know,
Yeah,
kind of
for
like to ease
sure.
them in. You know,
Yeah.
like. Also, I was really glad that it became kind of like the face of the era. Like it was
Yeah.
used a lot. Because I was kind of I know we'll talk about Satanized in a minute. I like Satanized, but I loved Lacrima more, and I was kind of worried that Satanized would become the soundtrack for
Like the
for
lead
all
single.
of the promo. Yeah, and I'm so glad Lacrima was the one because then we got that fantastic a cappella version for the New York show promo.
Oh,
It's literally just a little snippet,
Ooh.
but it's fantastic. Like,
and the little
amazing
8-bit
song.
version.
It's just so good, and it's. I will say though, like the one funny thing is, like, I still don't really understand the vampire line. Like a vampire
written through the
should.
poem like a vampire should.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm glad you're mentioning vampires because you should be mentioning them more. But pardon?
Yeah.
I love it, but still also a bit like, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, I hold on. Let me see if there's anything to do with like that somewhere. I'm gonna see if anyone's done an analysis on it.
Yeah. Also, we got to see those beautiful wings. Like the only time we ever got to see them in action. But I can completely understand why he didn't bring them on stage. Because
Yeah.
it just looked very heavy. You know.
And expensive.
And
They look
very
like they'd
expensive.
rip really easily.
Yeah. But they just looked heavy, you know, like because I remember Vanessa did that video where she had them. They had them with them on tour, but they never used them. And Vanessa put them on, and she said they were very heavy. You know. I also just think he didn't really, because I remember him saying at the Birmingham Q&A that you kind of like test. He was kind of testing costumes because they did the photo shoots that day too. A lot of the promo shoots were done that day. And on that set, because also the long fingers didn't show up ever again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Those long fingers were so fucking cool. Oh, maybe they'll show up for another music video or something when he doesn't have to hold a microphone.
Yeah.
Get the Britney mic.
Yeah, a little stage mic for on your forehead.
Mic.
You know.
I mean, fake Perpetua's got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Real Perpetua can have one.
Yeah. Apparently, a couple of people have analysed, but this is on Reddit, so I take it with like a pinch. It's just interpretation. That it's kind of like, especially as being like basically, if you put it back to like the Passiflora era or like Subvision, you know, like how he was like writing all these like love songs about like women that would like breaking his heart and cheating and stuff.
Yeah.
And those are like meant to be like kind of representative of the
Oh.
poems. And then the vampire should is a bit like the blood sucking, energy draining
Oh yeah,
thing
that makes
to
sense.
do with
yeah.
that. Apparently, I like that interpretation.
I do. Yeah, it makes sense because it kind of just comes out of nowhere and then goes away again. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm just hold on, looking at. So if I want to see if there's like a historical reference, especially because of like, that era of like Bram Stoker where everything was like very
Yeah.
poetic.
I'm still waiting for
And
this man to do a Bram Stoker's Dracula reference, like the movie. I'm
real.
still waiting on it. Forge.
I
I also will say that the Lacrima video has my favorite screenshot of him when he's got the big long fingers on and he's kind of doing the kind of face, you know, during like it's during the kind of like viral rot attacks bit.
yeah,
And it's on a T-shirt which I own. He knows.
Oh, is that the Amsterdam one?
Yeah. And then the hoodie that also has screenshots from Lacrima that was called on the product packet Thiefs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I like this interpretation as well. So it's basically, it's kind of, instead of him being like the songwriter putting out the poems and like then getting drained of like, you know, being sick of writing them and getting nothing back, it's kind of like it hasn't got to necessarily be poems like or songs, but it's like any sort of emotional statement where you're putting out towards being like, I really like you, blah 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 blah, and then this person is just draining him of like like they're eating all up of what he's saying to, let's just say she, for example, because I'm guessing. And like a lot of give and not take type thing like that, you know. I like it. Yeah, so that does make more sense now.
Yeah, I like that.
I
Picasso.
like it. Picasso, because obviously the whole thing is like unrequited love. I'm done. Bye, bitch. I'm no longer crying.
Oh, that's someone like you. I also like the little theory I saw someone online, and I can't remember who it was, that they were saying that the theory is that it's another song about the lawsuit.
Yeah, yes, I do like that.
Yeah,
I fucked with that.
I like that one too, because like I too would also still be annoyed because I was rereading the lawsuit notes today I had written just because I was looking on my tablet. I was just like, God, I hate these people, and it wouldn't even happen to me.
I too, I think, would have emotional turmoil over Simon Soderbergh.
Yeah, asshole.
Simon Soderbergh is my sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, he's his own sleep paralysis demon.
I'm just so shook. Like, you know, like how we've been off topic for 1 second. You know, we've been sharing like all the really pooky pictures of him from the Q&A because it's been like a year, and it's like, this is the man who Simon Soderbergh said was the most narcissistic man and evil man in Sweden.
Every time I see pictures of him, like, or just watch interviews with him or something, where he's just like sitting really politely and he's like, you know, talking away and he's just being like a little dork, and I'm like, Simon Soderbergh is like enemy number one, most evil man I've ever met. It's just like SpongeBob.
Yeah. How is this possible? What? Are we talking about the same person?
Like either Simon's lying or Tobias Forge is very good at acting.
Yeah. I mean,
either one of those.
I don't think he's that great of an actor. Come on.
We do have his fiddle. It's like, you play that fiddle, Tobias, like you've never seen one before in your life. What is this? Just like, and then also my favorite other piece of Tobias Forge acting is after Sisters died and Right Here, Right Now, and he does no, it's not even that bit. He's done all that bit, and then he's like handed the letter by Saltarian, and he's reading it, and the voiceover's happening, and he's doing like all these hand motions, like, what? Huh? What? And I'm like, acting. Love him so much.
Oh,
but like, I will say, like, he's not that bad of an actor. But
no, he's not. I was just about to say, King, if you're listening, I'm joking. I'm saying
we are joking. Yeah, like, obviously, like, the fiddle thing obviously is not supposed to be taken seriously because it's like in the middle of this whole like Swedish comedy show about like a bank robbery or something. So like, obviously it's not supposed to be Oscar worthy acting, and obviously He's trying to lighten up the mood at the end of the movie.
You know what?
Like, Tobias Forge can't have people leaving sad. You know,
I was gonna say, you know what? Which was Oscar worthy? The fucking he didn't even say anything. It was just the fucking on cue crying while Nils giving that speech.
Oh my god. Also, I wouldn't trust you to watch a snake slither. Or something like that.
What a line delivery, Jesus.
Great eye actor, I will say that.
Yeah, he's had to learn, I guess.
Yeah. Great. You're like Kane. If you're listening, do love you, but we also will joke. We joke, we jest.
Actually, this segues perfectly because
exactly
Satanized. I'll get
Alan
onto the
Rickman.
song in a minute, but the music video with King acting.
He was good at that. Again, watched it delirious because I've been awake for like 3 days watching the live stream video of the billboard because I didn't want to miss anything, and I'm like delirious by the time I'm watching it. Like, what's happening? What is this?
Listen, this just shows how fucking shallow and petty and like simple I am. Because with the first like watch through, I was like, yeah, that was kind of cool. Not what I was expecting. Oh, it was nice seeing Papa at the end, but you know, eh. And then as soon as like I went on the timeline and everyone was like, you know, that was Tobias as the priest, I was like, get to fuck what? And I went back, I was like, suddenly this is my life now. I'm a simple woman. You put Tobias Forge in front of me, I'm happy.
Yep.
Suddenly it's the best thing ever.
I think the funniest thing with me was, like I said, I was like delirious when I first watched it. And the part that triggered for me of like, oh, it reminds me of Tobias was when he did like the wank motion.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it reminds me of Tobias because I've seen so many videos of him doing that on stage at the Ghouls. So I was like, oh, that reminds me of Tobias. And then I was like, went online, that is Tobias. That's the bit that got me. That bit reminds me of him. Just the freaking vigorous hand shaking, you know? It's like, oh, that's it. That's how he does it.
Yeah, I didn't believe it was him until y'all were like, no, that's Tobias. And I was like, okay, if you say so. And then I went back and looked and I was like, oh my god, it is!
I think what confirmed it was like when he did the hand like the wanky motion, you could see he left his bracelets on. I was like, oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I love Professor Snape.
He's so good. And also, I love his little reaction to seeing Perpetua. Like, and I mean this genuinely. Like, because he actually does it really well. Because if you watch his face, he doesn't just like look at like straight ahead and go, oh. His eyes actually follow Perpetua turning like up. If that makes sense. Like he goes from the bottom up, and then he's shocked. And I was like, love that. good for you, dude. But I will say the girls, the Goulettes did kind of steal the show for me for that.
Oh yeah,
I thought they did really well. You know, like whenever they're like getting rid of like trying to get the monk away from them. You know, like whenever he was over trying to talk to them or whatever. Whenever they were all together, and they're like trying to shoo him away. Like, go away.
And they're like, ew.
So in the review, I said, Satanized is said to portray the feeling of how love can often feel like a demonic possession, how one may do terrible things in the name of love. Old school Ghost fans will rejoice. We are so back at the heavy breakdown, accompanied by the Latin excitement. Did I mean excitement there? Or excerpt? I don't know. I'm just going to read it how I wrote it. The Latin excitement of 1 Corinthians 6:19, very Opus era Ghost. Yeah, I didn't really say my opinion on this. I'm trying to think how I felt at the time. I think I liked the song. I don't think I was blown away, and I think that's still the case now. The problem is with me, with anything that Ghost ever fucking do, is going to see it live, because now when the solo comes on, I'm just thinking of that fucking little bit that where he sits on the step and puts his leg out for no goddamn reason. Like, why was that bit?
He just wants to show off his lats or whatever. I don't know what that part is. I don't know what muscle he's working at.
And then there's the like weird little like, okay, there's like a lot of stuff going on in Satanized actually. There's the bit like when it very first starts and he's dancing around with the fucking microphone. Then there's the bit with the like Latin where he's kind of like got his head down praying and head bopping.
Best bit.
Favorite
like
core memory.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of favorite core memory, he did that in Linköping, and then as he went to put his head back on up to sing "Through a Life of Devotion," he whacked his head. And I shouldn't have laughed, but it was funny.
Also, core memory, our little signs in the O2.
Yep.
Which was used in every promo after. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Forge. Oh, we the other day we went to go see Pope Stars because we had nothing better to do, I guess. But we we were like thinking like, oh, it's a shame we don't have our signs. So we all quickly like pulled up our phones and like got on like whatever editing app we had. Jess managed to like type blasphemy quick enough, and I think I managed to get heresy typed quick. And fucking the Bay School saw it. I was like, yes. And I'll do it again.
It's a really good song. It reminds me of that. I posted it on Twitter whenever I had listened to it. It reminded me of that clip on Vine. It's of this black guy and he's like skipping down the street.
Baby, tell me to that feeling.
Immediately, that's all I could see in my head during the chorus. You know, like. And then also Nosferatu was also quite fresh in my head when that came out, so I was thinking of that too.
Yeah, I remember he said it was like it was meant to be quite Scorpions-like, but I was getting more I think I said this last time, like as if you took The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson and made it into a minor key. So it's like that.
He loves taking a Michael Jackson riff, so he does.
Yeah, like... because there's Dirty Diana /B in Miasma. I feel like there's another one somewhere.
But it's very good. Didn't he say it was like also in the tune of like a Swedish song, which we've never been able to find?
Oh, I think
he sang it on that interview.
Yeah, I know exactly the one you mean. I think he actually made that song up, but was just using her as an example of style. But so he was trying to sing in. It would be a bit like me, singing an ABBA song, but just being like,
oh, okay.
I don't know, making up lyrics and. I can't think of a fucking example, or like.
No, I know. I get what you mean. Yeah,
yeah. Just be like, oh. I'm singing like Tobias Forge, and it's like spooky skeletons, yeah, like doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, I love that clip because that was like the first time we ever saw him like properly sing without a mask on as well, which was really funny.
I know.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And like, look at us now as well. Like, I know maybe we talk about some other things that happened like since the year, but like we've had a whole him on stage, mask off, guitar in his hands again. You know, like at a random show.
Yeah,
this year's been nuts for that.
What has been this year? It's been a long year, but but it's also been short at the same time. I feel like when this came out though, like Satanized was in like my top 3. Like it was pretty much going in order of the album of like preference of songs, but I feel like it's not for any bad reason or anything. It's just dropped a little bit.
Yeah, because it's better. It's not dropped because it's bad. It's dropped because there's better songs on the album.
Well, I think upon first listen, it was like, I suppose at that time, Satanized was the one I'd listen to most because it was out first. Yeah. And it took me a while to get used to some of the other songs. Now I've got used to them. So, yeah. Yeah, anything else on Satanized?
I just really like that he did Latin again. He needs to do more of that.
Yeah,
be more Latin, Forge.
Good and fun.
Video's so funny. Like...
Yeah,
with the just him in the booth like writing all this stuff out, like kill yourself is like an option to say to this guy.
Why is he so us?
That's so funny. You know, just like the video's great, like the live, it's great fun because like the end of the music video is used at the end of Lacrima going into Satanized. Yeah, like they swap it round, and I'm so annoyed he left it off the album because I really loved that little bit of music.
Yeah, the little,
you know, yeah,
the almost like T-Jex sound.
Yeah, so true. All right, this is going to be spicy. Buckle up, bitches. Because I feel similar about this, but not as strongly. But I still don't know where I stand. So, Guiding Lights. And I wrote with Guiding Lights. I'm going to be honest. When I saw a lot of hype for this song in the media, and it just didn't live up to me. Possibly my least favorite on the album, and by no means bad. But if you were going to ask my top favorite foods, one has to come at number 10. Allegedly, this song was written for a specific scene in the Netflix series Arcane, but was never used. I do, however, appreciate the guitar solo that was reminiscent of Def Leppard's Women. Yeah, it still sounds like that. It's still probably down there as one of my least favorite Ghost songs ever. if not
I have
the.
to be in the mood to listen to it.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
it's not bad. Like, how many songs do Ghost have? Like, I'm not talking covers. Like, let's say 10 per album, like 60.
Yeah.
You know, again, like what I said in this, like one's got to be number 10 out of the album, one's got to be
Yeah.
number 60 in Ghost songs, but it's still 60 of my favorite songs ever, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like it's better than some people's worst songs.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
I think I understand what he was kind of going for with it. I feel like live, if he had a chance to do it live, I feel like it could have definitely maybe changed like the opinion of how I felt with it.
Oh, 100%.
You know? And I always am a sucker for Ghost when they do songs that could almost be mistaken for Christian songs, because I think that's always funny when they do that. Like He Is a good example of that. And this one here, definitely, you could, like, if you didn't know, it almost sound like a worship song, which is a negative for some people, which I get, you know. But I definitely, it's not one of my favorites. I have to be in the mood to listen to it. Along with another song on this album, which is also one I kind of be in the mood to listen to.
Ooh,
but he said it was about basically, like, you try to be like somebody's going down a path, like a friend going down a path that's you can't follow them down, basically, and you're trying to bring them back, but at some point you have to kind of go, oh,
no,
bye.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like that's a very heavy subject to think about anyway. So
yeah, I don't really have much to give on this, because it's just like I'm like just like, yep, she's there.
Definitely
His
feel like it could have.
vocals are amazing on this. Like he put his whole For Jussie into it, but it feels wasted because the song itself doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
I do feel like it needed visuals. I do feel like it could have maybe done with a music video, or like being played live. Because I still have this theory, tinfoil hat theory, that it was supposed to replace He Is.
Yeah, and I think it would have worked really well.
Yeah, it definitely would have filled that spot that He Is like that kind of bit in the middle of the show where you want to calm down a little bit, a bit slow, you know, kind of, you know, he'd probably have a sex reference here, if he was saying it, but like, but like, you know, that little bit in the, you know, that little bit where you just have to, like, somebody has to pee, so you have to get up and has to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely could have done with some like visuals to look at, because just listening to it, it can get it. I guess, like you said, Kitty, it doesn't really go anywhere, you know, and it's missing Rocket Jesus.
Yeah.
Which was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Literally.
I was like, whenever he just like Jesus just rocketed off and He Is, I was just like, okay, sure, just yep, definitely at a ghost show.
Yep.
It says he ascended. It didn't say how.
Listen,
very Monty Python.
So, you know what? That's true, actually.
100% Monty Python. That's all I could say was just one of those little Monty Python skits in the middle of like flying circus. I was like, there he is.
Stop this nonsense. I'm off. Silly. Bye. And then Jesus just flies up. Yeah, I can see it.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Oh, I'm surprised he's not referenced Monty Python a lot more, and I need him to. So for De Profundis Borealis, I wrote, I could definitely hear where Forge has worked with a pop songwriter with the intro. I can't fully explain how I get that vibe, it's what I pick up. The chorus has much more of a modern sound than Ghost usually gives, almost like something you would hear in an anime. Having said that, parts of the song peak at the throwbacks to Prequel era, especially in the guitar tones. Think Miasma and Helvete Monster. Yeah, I agree with that. It's I think it's still quite low down, but this one I don't listen to very often. But whenever I do, it gives me like the tour throwbacks for some reason, specifically around about the Linköping time. I don't know
Yeah.
why. So I think I like to savor it just if I want to feel that.
That's definitely one of my favorites. It's up there, like my top 3. I love it so much. Mostly because I always think about that clip from the Enemy interview where he said it's like a black metal, like it kind of like a black metal song. I know it's not a black metal song, so you don't have to fucking go there. And I just love like this whole era of him just be like looking dead in the camera, being like, "Yeah, I fucking know. Shut up." So I love that, but I can understand what he means about being a black metal song, because like if he was like growling the lyrics and the guitars were a little bit more muddled, it would definitely sound like a black metal song. I get what he means. You know, like it's that kind of feeling. Like dark, cold feeling that I get that he means, you know. So yeah, I love it. Great song to walk to.
I can't remember
Weirdly.
if someone actually made a visual of this or if it was like a weird fever dream I had. Where someone put like you know, like if you've ever been driving through like a snowstorm at night, but you've got like flashlights on.
I think it's just the shared delirium, to be honest, because that's what
Yeah.
I think of it when I hear it. Yeah.
Just like dark snowstorm. And that's
Yeah.
playing over the top.
Another song I would love to have heard live. But
Oh yeah.
I have to wait, probably.
I really, I'm with you, Alana. This is probably one of my most top played songs from the album.
Interesting.
Because it really goes with the whole kind of attitude of the album of like hope. And like it's funny because the beginning is so out of place with, I feel like, with the rest of the song.
Yeah.
It's like the piano is like, okay, here we go. We're gonna do like a jazzy little number. Just kidding, metal.
Right.
I gotcha.
I do kind of like I said, get like anime fight scene during
Yeah.
the chorus.
Yeah.
Definitely would fit in a movie. You could definitely put it in a movie somewhere, I think, and it would fit. Or like, you know, end credits of a movie. It definitely feels like it could have that feel to it. Yeah, I really love it. It's I think he sounds great on it. I love the lyrics. You know, I think it's just a really fun song to listen to, because I love how bouncy it feels. You know, if it makes sense. You know, like there's like a little bit of pep in its step. You know.
Yeah. I think it goes really well into to Cenotaph. Like I think it flows really well. Like it's got that kind of that bounciness, and then like the Cenotaph comes, and it's also got bounciness. So it's kind of like that same, like, okay, here we go. We're still on the journey.
And then it kind of is so weird then comparing it to Guiding Lights, because Guiding Lights doesn't have that at all.
No, it's like
You know?
completely, absolutely different tonally, and
You know,
like musically, everything about it's different.
You know, I think I've just figured out what makes Guiding Lights feel so weird. It's because of where it's placed on the album. Like you have like Peacefield is like, obviously it's like a build up, you know, because obviously it's the beginning of the album, building up. Like it's clearly written in the idea of this is opening a show. So you have that build up, and then it leads into Lacrima, which is again very high energy, high feelings, Satanized, very high, very bouncy, and then it's just like immediately hits a wall, Guiding Light.
Yeah.
And then you're pulled off the wall, shook about, and then thrown back into you know, the Profundus Borealis. You're like, okay, and then you're like off again. You know, I feel like if Guiding Lights had been like a little further down the album, because you obviously have Exodus at the end. If Guiding Lights had maybe come like maybe just before, like maybe after Cenotaph, because Cenotaph obviously like has that. We'll talk about it obviously, but has that kind of, it's a bit more not somber because it's a quite happy song, but you know what I mean. Like it has that more feeling to it, and then you could have gotten to Guiding Lights. You know, I feel like that's another reason why Guiding Lights feels so weird, because like again, it like you hit a wall of like a bounce, you know, and then just like bang, Guiding Lights, pull off you go again, you know.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I think Guiding Lights could have done a lot better, shifted a bit down on the album track list. You know.
Should we go on to Cenotaph?
Yes.
Okay, so I said, Cenotaph took me by surprise. When reading the early reviews on the theme of this song, I expected something a bit more somber, but oh, this is very status quo. Think the song Whatever You Want, mixed in with the iconic Brian May of Queen's guitar tones. Those who know Forge's personal history of family loss will probably put two and two together with the lyrics, wherever I go, you're always there riding next to me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go kill myself.
Yeah. I'm so glad that it's an upbeat, happy song, you know? Because, because when I heard about, like you said in your review, like when you hear about Cenotaph, you think it's going to be sad. And I was fully expecting, I was like, oh my god. Like when I was first listening to it, I was like, I'm okay, here it comes. And then it just started, and it's just like this like really happy, upbeat kind of sound. I'm like, hello? Like little twinkling and, you know, like...
Yeah. Also, it was soundtrack checked.
Yeah.
But...
And they never played.
Yeah.
You knew not to do that while I wasn't in the room, that's why you didn't do it. Because I would have hunted it down.
I still have this theory that, as like a maybe little bonus segment or ending of the Skeletor DVD, that's going to be played in like an empty hall, and they recorded it in the empty hall, and that's like gonna how the show is going to close because of like the hiatus. So it's going to be like, we're going away for a while, you're always here though with me. Yeah. And if that happens, I may actually need a helpline.
I'm just gonna throw myself through the cinema screen. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna see like a Looney Tunes shape of me. Just up against the wall. But it's one of my favorite songs. It's definitely like I think this is like, if I was going like top 3, it'd be Lacrima, Peacefield, and then this probably, and then like joint with the Profundus. But like I'm so glad it's upbeat and happy, because it's what you want, like with memories of the people that you love, is you want to think about the happy kind of thoughts, you know, and like. But yeah, it's really nice. Like I love the, you know, like the this is gonna sound really, I sound like such a dick, but I love the lyricism in this song. Like the visual kind of, you know, like at the bottom of the ocean, top of mine, you know, like all these things, like really very big images with the lyrics, you know, like it's and again it's like this constant kind of like again it's this bounce and this kind of running kind of feeling to it, you know, the way the music's going, and it's just like, it's just really, really beautiful. Because I know everybody always is like, oh, Life Eternal's about his brother. It's like, it's not about his fucking brother.
Yeah.
And I'm glad like the song, and I'm glad the one song that he's kind of confirmed that is about his brother is this song, and it's really happy, and it's really full of like light. And color, and like when you listen to it, you can just visualize. Like for me, anyway, I can visualize like a lot of colors. If I was going to have a video,
sorry, I don't know why I was like shapes and colors of which I've never
shapes
seen.
and colors, a kaleidoscope. What do you think? I'm 5 shapes and colors. That's kind of what it feels like when I'm listening to this, you know.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a video that could have done with like a live video treatment. But I kind of hope that your theory's right, where he does it in the maybe an empty in an empty arena. That would be really lovely, you know?
Biased,
also really heartbreaking.
Biased, but I'm actually in the music video for this. Twice!
I like the video that we did get for it already, though, because it kind of matches it. It kind of matches the rhythm of the song.
I suppose with the lore, we have like obviously Sister being dead, and like Copia was like in the chapters obviously watching a lot of like old footage of her like in memory, and I suppose it, like I said, is very fitting. Oh, let's talk about slot anthem number 1, Massilia Amore. Okay, so I said the one song I was excited about was Massilia Amore (brackets or Love Rockets). This song is very typical 80s. Think Def Leppard, not necessarily their song Rocket. Alice Cooper, a stripper pole, and the Hollywood Sunset Strip. While the song sounds like it would be a great bedroom time song, the lyrical content conveys the feeling of when love is not requited and can often turn to hate. Yeah, and then I think later down the line, didn't we like find out there was like some stealth politics? I think you called it, Alana.
Stealth politics, which was kind of like, I'm not doing any politics on this album.
Yeah.
Here's Massilia Amore. It's totally a stripper song. Don't think about any conflicts currently going on in the world.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Just
but
about
jizz rockets on your face. You know, jizz right between your eyes. That's what that's about. Not rockets. Not
And that's
real
it.
rockets.
The only rockets are Rocket Jesus, and that's it.
Yep. Rocket Jesus, you know, stripper poles, don't think about anything too deeply. And he kind of just walks away, like, looking at you, like... wink, wink. Because I think he said something about, like... Wasn't this something to do with Impera as well?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it's supposed to be on Impera, and it's like, you can feel like it should have been on Impera. You know? And again, I think of that enemy interview. You know? Songs too.
When he goes bright red.
Too. Well, which song was it when he does the? Is that the song where he goes?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love that. You can just tell he went. I should have done that. Just his head, because it's like he did it, and then his whole face changes, and he like backs up, and he's just like, I shouldn't have done that. God, it's like, been there, buddy. Been there.
My whole life is just one big that moment.
Yeah. I'm so glad we got that enemy interview, because we don't have very many like we have on Infesticism. There's a track by track discussion on Spotify. Prequel has that whole interview he did in Sweden Rocks, kind of not track by track, but you kind of get, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Melior doesn't really have that. Not really, not that I can remember. So it's nice having that, and then Pyrrha doesn't really have that. Because I know Metal Hammer had a track-by-track kind of thing that he said, but some of it didn't make any sense. So I don't really know. So it's nice having like a video interview where he talks about the songs track-by-track. And if you haven't watched it, what are you doing? First off. Second off, I would recommend it. It's very funny. And very informative.
Yeah. But yeah, Jizz.
Jizz might also be about Russia? Question mark. Maybe. Also another song that should have been played fucking live.
We needed Stripper Perpetua, I swear.
Stop robbing us, Forge!
And then there's also those really funny things people talking about the confetti that looked like sperm, which would have been hilarious to fire out into the audience.
Alright, so Marks of the Evil One. Marks of the Evil One simplifies the tale of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. This song would make a great film soundtrack piece. Something Ghosts are not a stranger to. In fact, this could easily be paired with Hunter's Moon, used for Halloween kills. Right, so when I went to see Pope Stars the other day, they actually played this live, and we ended up doing like a fucking dance number, and I made that's how flabbergasted I was. It made me realise like how much this would have been fun live.
It's like every song on this goddamn album would have been so good live, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Like we did like a little, obviously the pointing of there, and then the watch, we did like a little monocle or like glasses with our hands. Watch. It was so fun.
Not the serpent's lair.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bits of the song is at the very beginning where he says "bow" wrong, weirdly.
Bow.
Simply just so he can say "crying."
Yeah.
Just so I can rhyme it with crying. And I was just like, you know what? If it doesn't work, fucking force it.
English language, nah.
English is my sign language. Fuck off. It's up there with conjuration. Me now. I love that.
Conjuration sings.
I think the cheesiest lyric of all time, but I love it. The third rider looks cool.
Yeah.
There's a fucking there.
There is a fucking there.
It's great. Like, also, it's like the fact that it's the only song on the album that's explicit, has like an explicit lyric thing on it, simply because of the fade out where he swears right in the end.
Yeah.
There.
It's just like we did. Okay, sure. I really like this one too. It's very good. It's again very bouncy, very, you know, definitely could have seen this in, if you've seen the live show. I always thought this would have been really good where Rats was instead. Like, take Rats out and put Marks of the Evil One in there. Just because of the backdrop, to me, it was like that would have been perfect. You know?
Yeah, because he is everywhere in that. Because there's like 20
there's fire and there's like, you know, it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, which is kind of the whole point of Marks of the Evil One about, you know.
He is there.
He's there. He's fucking there.
You know what I'm thinking of? I don't know if you've ever seen. Am I even thinking of the right thing? It's one Queen performance. I want to say it's live at Hammersmith. I could be fucking wrong, but it's when they play "Now I'm Here," and he does the "Now I'm Here," and like it flashes where he's like on one part of the stage, and then it goes black, and then he goes "Now I'm there," and then he's on the other part of the stage because he must have like fucking bolted, and that would have been cool.
Yeah, Tobias does like doing that because that little year zero turn
Yeah.
that he used to do. So I could just imagine him running across the stage. There!
Or use the body double again.
Yeah! That guy was fucking... I love that he had a body double for like 10 seconds of one song and like won a whole other song. That guy was just like, sure. I wonder if he was just compared as a body double, or was he like someone else on the crew that did
like
something else and it's like, you will be Tobias Forge tonight.
I would love to get paid to be Tobias Forge.
Yeah.
They take turns.
I mean, suddenly Tobias Forge will have big fat knockers, but I think I could pull it off.
But it's definitely a great song. It's a very fun song, you know, like this whole album, I think we've said this before, but this whole album reminds me of Prequel, you know, in that kind of feeling of like Dance Macabre, you know, kind of fun kind of music that he makes, and I really appreciate that.
I refuse to this day to say Hocus Pocus Sham. It's shit or is an implied shit.
Yeah. I agree. Fuck Sham. We all know it's shit.
Yeah. I love that I always think it's really funny that like for the kind of themes that Ghost has, he doesn't swear a lot on records.
No. I think the first proper swear we got, not including Bastard Son and all that, was
that doesn't
motherfuckers
count.
on 20s.
Yeah, that was it.
I wonder if part of it is because like is it partly because like whenever it's played on the radio they cut, you know, obviously they cut the swears out, so like is it part of it him preemptively thinking about that so that doesn't happen, or is it because he knows there's kids at the show, or you know, even though he swears like a fucking champ for the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't swear in my songs, but I do swear like a sailor while talking on stage.
It's probably like I'm already like pushing the boundaries with the Satan stuff, like to get radio play. Let's keep the profanities minimal.
Watch your profanity. Yeah, I just think it's really funny that this one is the only one that has an explicit on it, simply for a fade out, like fuck at the end, like, you know, like like he's like shouting it from another room. Cut that.
Oh right, let's talk about Umbra. So I wrote, little did we know back in October when the band dropped their latest webisode, Chapter 18, fucking hell, it's been a lifetime since then, that we were in fact hearing a sneaky preview of a new Ghost song. This turned out to be the intro for Umbra, a song that touches on the primal instinct to, in Forge's words, bang. This track, again, I think holds up best live, especially with the cowbells. Sticking with the 80s sound of this album, this song could have easily featured on Stranger Things. This is like up there with one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh,
and now we've got a music video, which for obvious reasons I'm a very big fan of.
It's a great music video. It's a very fun music video. It really matches the tone of the song, which is awesome.
Very simple as well. Like it doesn't need too much, you know. Like that's one thing I will say about Ghost music videos is they don't have like, they're not like Ice Nine Kills level budgets, you know. But they don't need to be. I think it works really well. The kind of simple videos work really well with Ghost.
Yeah, less is more.
Yeah, I still think about that shot where he says, be your angel, you know, be my angel, like that kind of shot where he kind of pulls his head back and he's kind of like, yeah, Jesus Christ.
He knows he's that bitch right there and then.
The one thing that this era gave us was more music videos than any other era. We got like
this era was for the Tobias Forge girlies.
100%. This album and this era was 100% for people who like Tobias Forge, which is a weird thing to say about the band Ghost. I can't imagine liking Ghost without liking Tobias, but some people apparently do it. Couldn't be me. But it's live, it's brilliant. Like when we came up in Manchester with that cowbell, like you felt the entire audience kind of lean forward and squint a little bit, trying to figure out what he had in his hand.
What is
The
going
fuck is
on?
that?
What are you
The
doing?
fucking acting where he's like, "Oh shit, I don't have a fucking drumstick."
What? Why do I have this? And then running over to the ghoul to give it to them. Yeah. Like I was talking to somebody afterwards. Like I thought it was I thought it was a Bible at first, or I thought it was a phone. I was like, wait, is it the fucking that?
Is he going to sacrifice a phone?
Yeah, just fling it into the audience and hit somebody with it.
Like, fuck y'all phones.
That's the new Cerise. Did you get bonked by a mobile phone? I got phoned!
What, he called you? No, he threw a phone in my face. I have a concussion now.
But it's got his fingerprints on it, so that's good.
King, drop the Face ID. I think we said this before. Like, do you reckon that guy has to set up like 1 billion different Face IDs for all the masks he wears?
Can you imagine trying to get his phone? Oh my god!
Especially during like the Cope era.
Yeah! That's so funny. Like, speaking of like live stuff for a little second, that was one of the things that was really so interesting about this era, was because of the half mask. Obviously you got to see a lot more of his face on stage, and just seeing like all the little smirks and stuff he was doing, and all the pulling the stupid faces he was doing. It was just so funny. But then also the added bonus of that was just how fucking good he sounded.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's always sounded good, but he's always had this bit, like, there's always been this problem where it's been a little muffled, because obviously because of the mask, or he sounded a little bit too pinched because the mask is maybe sitting weirdly on his nose.
Yeah.
But like this era, he was just full belting, and it was just sounded shockingly so good. Like, whenever they posted that Lacrima video on the GTV, and it sounded really weird, I was like, that's an abomination. He didn't sound like that at all. And then they had to change it and fix it because it had like sped up or something.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, he's like, that was the one thing on this album as well. I think we talked about it in the original, when we originally were breaking it down. Like, he's doing a lot more vocally interesting things on this album compared.
Do you remember he said, like, oh, I'm not going to ever really be able to do Elizabeth live again because I can't hit the notes anymore.
Yeah.
Mask comes off. Fucking guess what's on the set list?
I'm still mad I've never seen it. I think he also changed, he changed the tone he was singing it in too. I think he figured a way of singing it. Because I was watching an interview, I can't remember who did the interview, but he was talking about, like, it was a lot of talking about, like, his like, you know, what he does vocally before his show and everything.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about how he'd written when he'd written Opus. He didn't really know a lot about music at the time. Like, he sang a lot, but that doesn't mean he knew how to write music properly to sing it comfortably for long periods of time. And he said in that, he's like, I can do it now. You know, I don't, you know, and now he has done it with Elizabeth, and it sounds so much better now. Now that it's in a comfortable range for him, and he's kind of figured it out, tinkered with it a little bit. All I'm saying is, re-record Opus.
Yeah.
You've got time off. You can do it. Bring Me the Horizons re-recording one of their old albums.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's like the 20th anniversary or something for that album that they're doing, but
I mean, we've already surpassed the 15th, haven't we?
yeah, we'll have to wait another 5 years.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean he can't do it while he's chilling right now, and then release it.
Just drop it on a random Thursday. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an anniversary for anything. Just do it. Do it.
You know what would be really cool, and I feel like we probably said this before during the hiatus. But redo Passiflora.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just release it for real. Like, I'll buy 13 copies by myself.
And actually get your like paid dues for it.
Yeah. Like the fact that like so many people have made thousands and thousands of dollars off of it, and he's not seen a fucking penny of it.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
loved that little talk as well in that interview. That interview has that as well, where he talked about it kind of as like a love letter, where you send a love letter and don't get a reply. It's like, we're replying now. I got lost in the post. Yeah, sorry, off tangent there, but like just kind of coming back. But he sounds great live singing Umbra. He sound, like the video's beautiful. Love this song. It's very silly. Not as horny though as I kind of wanted it to be though.
I was just about to say the exact same thing.
It could be horny. You've done hornier, Forge.
Like when we were in Manchester,
Yeah.
and they played it, and I was like, okay, is that potentially Umbra or Massilia maybe? And I asked our friends who had done the stage tour, who had seen the set list, and she was like, no, that's Umbra. And I was like, oh, not as horny.
Like still horny, but he can and has been hornier.
Up the horn.
Yeah. Up the horny. Like I think one of my favorite video clips, like from like just a random concert, was he called the audience motherfuckers, and then he said that's a term of endearment. And he's like, mothers deserve to be fucked. And then all you can hear behind whoever's recording is two guys going, what did he just say? The mothers deserve to be fucked. Right. They're my favorite clips. When you just hear random people going, what? After something he said. But he could be hornier. But it's very sensual kind of horny, if it makes sense. Like it's very like a mature type of horny, but you know, be childish. Talk about tickling taints. God damn it.
You know what? It's Forge. It's very Forge branded horny, I suppose.
It's also one of the few just straight up like, I'm gonna fuck you in a church.
Yes.
Like, okay. Alright, cool.
And I'm sat. I'm here. I am prepared.
I'm already in the pews, bitch. Where are
this
you?
moment my whole life.
Right. Then I suppose let's finish with our Excelsis. Finally, Excelsis closes the album, and throughout the tears in my eyes, I think about how this is almost Life Eternal to Electric Boogaloo. Everybody goes away. You will too. I will too. This is the end of the avenue. I'm afraid of eternity too. Much like Life Eternal, the song deals with the subject of death and a harsh reminder that it is inevitable. So go and live your life. I personally don't think the ending is as strong as their previous Respite on the Spittlefields, but it's pretty darn good. Yeah, I agree with that still.
Yeah. It's a good song. I don't think it's a good ending.
I have to be prepared to listen to this though, because I will just I suppose one thing that's happened since writing this, we've been having a bit of problems with my cat at the minute. Like, and there was a time where he was not doing so well, and we thought he was, especially, I don't know if this is a thing everywhere, so let me know if this is a thing everywhere. Where, like, obviously, when we talk about pets dying, we talk about crossing the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me of that. So anytime this song came on when I was going through that, I just fucking could not listen to it without sobbing. And I still kind of can't at the minute, but yeah. I just remember the video of you, Alana, like when we
crying. I was like, what?
Fuck you, Tobias!
Fuck you! Because I was really tired and I'd waited for the album to come out, and I was like, oh, and my cat in the background going, bitch, you okay? Oh. I think she constantly looks at me like, are you alright? But that was the first time I ever put my face on the internet too, really. And I'm crying over Tobias version.
What a way to enter.
Here I am, bitches. But I think I really liked it when I first heard it, because like I remember saying whenever I first came out, it's kind of like Peacefield's one arm and Exodus is the other arm of like a hug. You know, the album was kind of like capsulated in kind of a hug. But I guess time's gone on. I need to be like mentally ready and kind of mentally wanting to listen to it. You know. Especially if you have it in like a playlist of all Ghost songs and maybe all his songs as well. You know, like if you have like a full playlist of like Repugnant and Subvision and all the Ghost albums and stuff. Yeah, like you're in the middle of like listening to Mummy Dust, and then suddenly it's just like dee 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 dee. He's like, nope. Not right now, sir.
Nope. Permission.
The bit that really kind of hits me for that song is whenever he says, "I'm scared of eternity too,"
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, bitch."
No, you're not supposed to be scared. I'm scared.
Tobias Forge isn't allowed
Somebody
to
has
die.
to be not scared.
Yeah. I also think there was a thing I was thinking about the other day was like he clearly knew he was going on a break after this, you know. And I'm wondering, like, what his mindset was making this record. There's a lot of like songs about, you know, like obviously you have like talk about how the future's going to be great. You know, we're going to get there together. You know, things end, but don't worry. You know, like they're not going anywhere. If that makes sense. You know, like so it's like a lot of like reassurance on this record. Like there's a couple like really good. Like obviously like you have Cenotaph and like Exodus. You know, Peacefield and things like that. You know, like kind of reassuring people. Like it feels like he spends the whole record kind of reassuring you that you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere, but I need a fucking holiday. You know, like, and it's like, you know what, fair, Kane, fair. It's just because I was listening to like a lot of the interviews and stuff as well, and you can definitely tell there's like a mindset he had of like, it's kind of like a bit of like a comfort, like live your life kind of thing, if that makes sense. You know, like I guess again he's like so said with the Exodus, you know, like the whole point of that song is like if you're listening to this, you know, you're alive and go live, you know, which is probably something he feels like he hasn't, like I'm just like, you know, being parasocial for a second, but probably something like he feels like he hasn't had a chance to do in the last like few years with Ghost, because it's just like constantly just been, yeah, and so like he's getting a chance to have a break and do other things, you know. I'm excited to see what he does. I know I've said this a million times. Like every episode we've done, I've always come around to the saying, like, I'm excited to see what he does because I am. You know.
It's been weird though because it's only been less than 2 months since like the last show, and bear in mind we've gone longer, even between like, even within eras. Like,
yeah.
When did Imperator 22 finish? It was like September, and then we didn't start up again till May.
Yeah.
So that was like 6 months in between, and that was what still in the middle of an era.
Yeah.
And
then you also have like at the end of the Re-Imperator to Right Here, Right Now, which was like 8 months or whatever from 2023 to 2024. You know.
But these 2 months are like, it feels like they've been gone longer.
I think it's because you know there's more to come, if that makes sense. Like you don't know how long it's going to be gone, so it feels like it does feel like he's been gone a lot longer because, you know, because also I think the premature end of the Skeletor kind of also hurts that too, because like you feel like there should be more, you know, like we should be getting ready for another tour sometime this year, you know, but we're not because the world.
The economy. I will say, I don't know how to say this without sounding insensitive, so I'm going to say this as like, I don't know, as careful as I can. But I know we've discussed this as well, and I'm not trying to make light and be like, he did it again. But we have always talked about like how he released Prequel, and then suddenly we have a pandemic, the rise and fall of empires, and then there's like another global conflict, and it does feel a bit like, obviously the economy stuff's been going on for a while anyway, like that's just been the thing, and has obviously had a massive effect. But I feel like I have to kind of careful how long I rant about this for, because I could go on forever. I'm just going to say this out there, like, even from when we did our music industry episode a couple of weeks ago, since then, it's so much more fucked, and so many more tours are getting like cancelled left, right, and center. Me as a photographer, I've done one show this year because no one's touring, and we are all competing for the same gigs, and therefore like they're getting filled up quicker. It's going to like the bigger photographers with the more established like followings and stuff, blah 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 blah. But the point of what I'm trying to make is, I found it quite funny how he knew to stop before another global crisis that caused like the fuel prices, which obviously
Yeah.
we saw on the news the other day that like Europe is potentially going to run out of jet fuel for a while, or like they're going to have to make like cuts and stuff, which obviously like would affect the touring industry because of like, you know, artists getting to and from places, not only in jets but like in buses and stuff. And I just find it funny he's just nipped it in the bud once again.
Yeah. I think that crisis though has kind of been averted because the Strait of Hormuz is open again. Like it's
I
not
thought
as
it closed
bad
again
as
like literally yesterday.
I have no idea. It keeps
They
opening and
keep
closing,
closing
but
and opening it.
but
They still, I
That's
still
okay.
paid too much for petrol yesterday. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
it's gonna take a while for everything to get back to normal.
Mm.
But like but yeah, I do like that the universe went. You, Tobias Forge, you will struggle to get a music career for the first 29 years of your life. But then when you do get a music career, you will also accidentally predict things while in that music career. And he's like, what? Like, never mind, just keep going, buddy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're Cassandra now. Just roll with it.
Oh.
Congratulations, Mystic Meg.
But let's just see how I finished up this review. So I said, okay, so overall I have conflicting feelings. I will preface by saying, as a huge Ghost fan, sometimes I have to come back a few weeks later and say I was wrong. I was not a fan of the singles The Future is a Foreign Land first. Now it's a different story. Many of those skips in my playlist soon switched to my favourites as soon as I heard them live. Funny, since I wrote this, like, Majesty, that happened. With Skeleta, I feel it's early days. The beginning of the album is super strong with tracks I fell in love with on first listen, but I felt a little bit of a dip towards the end. I can't put my finger on exactly what yet. I don't want to say that they peaked too early on this record, but it had crossed my mind. Nevertheless, I really appreciate Tobias trying something new with this record, especially when it comes to his vocals. Do I think that the lyrics have been simplified a bit too much at times? Possibly. I'm so used to having to Google clerical terms or niche synonyms from previous tracks. I felt their absence. I will say, though, that as someone who has attended all 4 of the UK shows prior to hearing the album, with a few more lined up, that I'm still very excited for this era and the future of my favourite band. Oh. Well, that felt as shit. No, I'm joking. No, I think I pretty much still loosely stand by that. I do think with Skeleta, like, it peaks really early and then, like, yeah, there is a little bit more of a dip, like, with it. And I think, like what we've said, I think if we had had the opportunity to have heard these songs live, like I said, bear in mind this is the Skeletor and we had only heard like 4 tracks. But I think maybe if there had been like a re-Skeletor, things would have been different. But obviously the world had different plans. But whether it were, I mean, bear in mind Skeletor was very Meliora heavy, and at some points even Opus heavy, that with like songs that he hadn't played for ages. So like, who's to say with whatever tours next that some Skeletor songs will be thrown in?
I am all ears. The ghost friend.